friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today's video is going to be another 3 looks with 3 palettes. I have 3 super cute fun palettes to share with you. 2 are coming soon, 1 launched recently, and I'm just excited to play with them and share them with you. As usual, the way these videos work, I'm gonna show you the palettes, do close-ups, swatches, all that good stuff, create 1 look with each palette, and I'll give you my thoughts so far at the end. So without further ado, let's just hop in and chat about the palettes that I'm gonna be featuring in this video. First is Fantasy Cosmetica's newest palette. This is the Ranger palette. This is so cute. Another member has joined the party. We have a really fun kind of half green, half orangey sort of vibe. It's very, very fun. I think this contrast is so cool. I adore Fantasy Cosmetica's formulas. The mattes are so just ultra pigmented and they blend so nicely. They're so soft and buttery and easy to work with. The shimmers are so pretty, just so metallic and pretty. It's what I'm wearing right now. If you can't tell, very, very much captured the vibe of this palette, if I do say so myself. But so pretty. I'm really excited about this one. I believe there's also a fragrance with the collection. I didn't personally opt in for that because I have too much fragrance as it is. But there are also nail polishes in the collection. I'm not wearing them right now because poor planning. I believe there's 4 in the collection. Unfortunately, one of mine came broken, so I only have these 3, but they are so pretty. We have the shades Claw, Fang, and Thorn, just really pretty, shifty, kind of orangey, pinky corally, tealy green. They fit the vibe of the palette so well. I'm really excited to wear these shades. This is launching on April 30th at 9 a.m. PST, and you can use my affiliate code BATTYBEAN to save, and I appreciate it so much. As usual, I'll have all of my makeup details and these palettes, if there's any launch details applicable, and codes and stuff like that, linked down below for you. You just check the description box. In these types of videos specifically, I even categorize like my eyes and lips by looks number 1, 2, and 3, so you can easily find everything. But yeah, this is the first palette for the video. Next up, we have Fantasy Cosmetica's newest palette. This is the Drops of Fantasy, and this is beautiful. I just love seeing how much this brand just continues to strive to improve and get better. Their Fearless Holiday palette at the end of last year stole my heart. Like, that was one of my favorite palettes for the entire year. And I'm just so excited to just see them continuing this trajectory of really trying to improve and get better and just like improve not only the quality, but the appearance and just everything about it. She's so vibrant and colorful. We have a really good mixture of like vibrant pastel-y sort of shades, really funky brights, even a couple pops of these rich jewel tones in here. This row of really pretty shifty shimmers. Oh, it's so good. I'm so excited about this palette. As of the moment that I'm filming this intro, I've only filmed look number 1, but I'm so excited to dive into this. She's so cute. This one is launching May 2nd at 11 a.m. CST, and again, you can use my affiliate code BATTYBEAN to save, and I appreciate it so much. And last but not least is the Ghostly Glam from Salem Cosmetics. I feel like I haven't tried a new Salem Cosmetics release in a long time, but this is the Ghostly Glam. I really vibe with this theming. I really like the color story. I love anything spooky. I really like kind of the high contrast, like bold reds, moody blues, really pretty shifty iridescence. It's very ethereal and otherworldly, and I really like it. It's very moody, very cool. This one has already launched. I believe it's on pre-order right now, and I believe I also have a code with them. You can use my code BATTYBEAN to save on their site. But yeah, this is the Ghostly Glam. We are gonna hop into everything, play with all these palettes, and we'll reconvene at the end, and I'll give you my thoughts so far. Hello, I am so pumped for this video. We're gonna kick it off with look number 1, obviously. I wanna start with the Ranger palette, the new Fantasy Cosmetica. She's so pretty. I definitely am attracted to these greens. If you know me, you know. I love green, but I do want a pop of this like peachy, tanny, oranginess going on. It's really cool, and I think that'll be a fun combo. Before we get into it, as far as my accessories go, this is just an old hat. It's probably from Amazon. My cool little labyrinth babe with the power earrings. I thought the shifts in these kind of went with the palette because they kind of go from like that orangey to this like weird green. But these used to be plugs from the brand Hear No Evil jewelry that I turned into earrings. I don't think that brand exists anymore though. And then this little necklace is from Suki Blade. So without further ado, let's just hop in. I'm just gonna prime with my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Eye Primer. I'm just gonna smear this on and blend it out. I definitely want that like very dark green shimmer across the lid, and I want to kind of fade all those other greens kind of in the outer corner. And then I want a pop of that coraliness in the inner part. I think that'll be really cool. So I think I'm actually gonna start with Hunter, that like super bright sort of Kelly green. I'm gonna use this Sigma E25 brush. This is like my short one. I don't even know why I grabbed the short one. But I'm just gonna pack this in the outer corner of my lid, Not doing a whole lot of blending just yet because I'll use the lighter shade to do that. But just gonna kind of tuck this underneath in that outer corner as well and sort of just connect it. Just get that whole outer surrounded. This is such a pretty shade. I feel like this sort of green doesn't get utilized very often, and I think it's so pretty. So I want to start blending that out now with Explore. Side note, I really like the font that's on the shade names for this. It's cute. I'm going to use this Simply Posh brush. There's not like a name on it, but just like a medium-sized blending brush. And I'm just going to start going to town along the edges of this green, focusing more so on the outside first. And then as I get that blurred, I'll kind of scoot that in as well. Just a very blurry green moments. That is so pretty. Ooh, that's nice. Let's deepen this up a little bit more, get this a little bit more just smokified. So I'm gonna take Strider, that like dark, it's kind of like a dark grayish brown, but it's gonna be perfect for what I need. I'm using this Arttitude Cosmetics number 6 brush. It's like an angled brush. And I'm just gonna use kind of the angle of that shape to really stamp in the outer corner. And I also want to use that to create a little bit of extra depth in that lower lash line. And I'm just gonna kind of connect them. Not taking this like up and out everywhere, but I do want it concentrated pretty close down here. And then I'm just gonna go in with my previous brushes. I'm not even grabbing any additional product because I don't think it's necessary to help smoke out that darker shade. I think this is coming together so nice already. I'm excited to add all the other colors to the mix. I want to go ahead and pop that like inner crease stuff, so I'm going to take Track, this orangey shade. I'm going to use this Blend Bunny B5 brush, and I just want to swirl this in that front half of my crease. Lots of focus in the inner corner, honestly, and I'll just drag it toward that green. Now these colors don't like blend perfectly together. They are a little bit far apart on the color wheel. If you wanted a super seamless blend, you'd want something kind of yellowy in the middle. So not to say you can't work with these together, but just know like you can't really blend out like the darker green with this and expect it to be like a perfect blend because there's like a color missing color theory wise, but they look so cool next to each other. You just have to kind of learn how to play with colors that are a little bit more contrasting. I think that's such a good combo though. Moving on to some shimmer, I'm going to take that NYX glitter primer that I always use. Well, I guess I don't always use this one, but I always use some kind of glitter shimmer primer to prep. This is just going to help everything pop really well and stay put nicely. I think this is going to be so cool. So I think I actually want 2. I'm going to use Wilderness on like kind of most of the lid, but focusing on the outer half. And then I want Ambush kind of blending into that orangey shade that I put down. So starting with that green, look how cool that is. Oh, this like blackened green color, that's so pretty. So I'm gonna cover, again, like the majority of my lid, but I'm gonna focus it mostly on like the green half. That is such a swampy shade, I love it. Just gonna kind of blend the edge of that and make sure that's blending into the mattes nicely. I love that color, that is so cool. And now taking Ambush just on a different finger, and I want this on the front part of that lid, just so that these two shimmers can kind of flow together. I didn't really want that dark right up against the front of my eye. I wanted something a little bit lighter up here. Ooh, that's cool. And I'm just gonna kind of scoop between those two shimmers and get them just to kind of merge a little bit more. So I do want to take a little bit of Snare and pop that on the lower lash line. I'm gonna use this Lethal Cosmetics 220 pencil brush. I just want a pop of this here. I just think like surrounding kind of the lower lash line with the half and half like I did with the upper would be a cool move and a really good excuse to use this shade. That is one of the prettiest like corally golden shimmers I've ever encountered. That's so pretty. And then for the inner corner, I was really wanting to use Marksman. I just think that'll be pretty and kind of add that extra splash of contrast because like we have all the greens out here, and then we have the orangey corals, and then we'll have this pop of like aqua. Yes, I think that's really cool. Just like lots of fun contrasts going on. Ooh, I like it. I think that is so Beautiful. That's such a fun combo. Threw on my eye pencil. This is the mint one from Oden's Eye, and I also threw on my lashes. These are the Blend Bunny and Robert Welsh lashes. And for lips, alongside of the Dede Signature palette that they sent me that I'm gonna play with probably for look number 2, they sent along a couple of their lip kits. I don't even know how many they're coming out with. They're coming out with so many like lip kits, and I got to pick 3. So I figured I would try to use all 3 for all 3 looks. So I figured for look number 1, chestnut might be cute. It's kind of like a warm brownie situation, and I thought that would go with the warmth that I already played with. So I'm gonna start with the chestnut pencil. It's like a pretty warm brown. I have not worn these at all yet. So this is a true first impressions. I mean, I guess I haven't worn any of these palettes yet either, but I am familiar with these brands' formulas, so you know what I mean. I do like this color. I'm kind of blending it in with my finger a little bit because I don't want to cover my whole lips, but I do want it to be kind of blended in toward the center. Yeah, I really like this color. This is kind of just like a standard wooden pencil. It's not tuggy, but it's also not like the most creamy pencil I've ever used. Now I'm gonna take the chestnut. I think it's a gloss. Yeah, gloss. Let's see how this looks. Ooh, I like that. I think this actually goes with the eyes really well because it's still so warm, but I like the depth of it. That is so lovely. Here is look number 1 complete. I love the way this turned out. I love these contrasting colors. It's colorful, but also like very kind of smoky. It's really cool. Dramatic, but playful. I love everything about this. I think the lip is such a good choice for this look. I'm very pleased, very, very pleased. Let's move on now to look number 2. Getting into look number 2, I was going for, I don't really know, but I wanted to wear the bucket hat and I knew I wanted to do something colorful. So this is just gonna be just like funky spring. I don't know what the vibe is today, but we're just gonna have fun. This bucket hat is from Foxblood, and then these earrings are Spooky Doodle Club, and then this choker, I don't know where it's from. But we're gonna get into look number 2. I do wanna use the Drops of Fantasy from Dede Signature. She's just so cute. I have a vision. I wanna just like splash a bunch of the mattes kind of across the lids going outward and kind of lightly top a shimmer on top of it. I want a really fun, funky pop of color in the inner corner. And I might even leave the lower lash line blank, just have kind of a, I don't know, just like a lid, an upper lid sort of moments. Maybe a little bit of a baby wing, with a little bit of a half lash. We're gonna see. Let's move these bangs out of the way. I'm gonna start by priming with my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Eye Primer. Just gonna smear this on and blend it out. So for the lid, I really wanna do Euphoria, blend it into Frenzy, blend it into Facade. I just think that's gonna be so cool, shimmer topped over it, and then I do plan on using Excitement as like the inner corner pop. That bright green, I think it'll be so cool. But I definitely want the Euphoria shade to be very prominent, hence why I picked these earrings specifically, because I really like that color. I'm gonna start with this E25 from Sigma. I'm just gonna pat this on like the front third, I would say, maybe even close to half of my lid, just to get this pop pretty vibrant. That is so cute. Such a pretty shade. I love a tealy turquoise. It's just so good. And I love this sort of like a tapered blending brush because it really helps to kind of blend that edge while also packing it on. It works really well for that. Taking my Blend Bunny B5 with that Frenzy shade, that purple, I want that to blend into that tealiness that we have going on. I think that's gonna look so good. Oh, I love those colors together. That's already working out great. I'll just kind of go back and forth with both of those shades until I like the way that they flow together. I think that's looking really cool. And then I'll take Facade on that Simply Posh brush. Can you tell I just used the same brushes? I just cleaned them off first, but I want Facade to just come off of that purple and just be a cute little peachy pop. I have kind of a peachy blush for this as well, so it all just flows really nicely. And I am angling it upwards just because I do think I'm gonna do a baby wing with this, so I wanna make sure that can still peek through. I like that color gradient, that's really fun. And again, I'll basically just keep going back and forth with my previous colors, just getting it saturated to the level that I want it, get the blend to the level that I want it, because I want this to pretty much be as solidified as possible before I add on the shimmery topper. Oh, I like that so much. I want to go ahead and add the topper now. I think Pop-tastic Vibes, I think that would top over everything really nicely because it has kind of a greeny pinky shift. It's gonna kind of go with everything really well. I'm actually gonna use that same Simply Posh brush. I just cleaned it off on like a Sigma color switch to knock the shadow off. Just gonna dip in lightly because I don't need like a ton. And then I'm just gonna lightly dust this over top of what I just did, just to add a little bit of a twinkle, a little bit of a glimmer, a topper sort of vibe. So like when the light hits it, there's like little twinkles, but it's still for the most part like a matte look. Like obviously there's sparkle over it, but it's not like a thick, opaque layer of shimmer. It's just like a matte look with sparkle over top of it, if that makes sense. I do really like that though. This is such a fun look, very like summery. Like this is giving, I don't know, a beach boardwalk. Like you're walking a pier, having a little ice cream, stopping and playing a little game or something. I think this is so cute. Now for that inner corner pop of brightness, let's take Excitement. Let's get excited. I'm gonna use this little Game Beauty E04 brush. I wanna pop that in that inner corner. Oh, that is bright. Oh, that is pigmented. Honestly, I kind of wish I did this before I did the sparkle, because I'm sure I'm gonna blend this with the the tealy shade. It's okay, I can just add more sparkle if I need to. Oh, that is so vibrant though. That's really cool. I'm even gonna wipe that same brush off and just kind of use the edge of that brush now that it's cleaner to start kind of blending at that edge and blend it into the other shade. So yeah, I'm just taking that tealy shade and just re-intensifying a little bit more in that inner part of the lid and kind of blending it into that green. Ooh, look how cool that is. I love this. And like I said, I'll just take a little bit more of that shimmer to kind of repress over, especially that front part. It can go in the inner corner if you want. I mean, I guess I'll do that. No reason not to, I suppose. Little extra sparkle. So I'm gonna do my little baby wing now. It's hard for me to do this on camera because I do like to have a mirror a millimeter away from my face. But this is the Caviar liner from Lawless. I'll try my best. I'm basically just gonna start at the outer corner and bring it outward. Like not quite a straight line, but not a super high diagonal either. And then I'll kind of take like a little bit below the tip and start dragging it toward my lash line. I essentially want like where my lid is here, I want it to just like continue straight instead of curving down into that wing. I'll kind of fill this in and check it out and then kind of tweak from there. But that's kind of the general gist. Like obviously I need to get really close and perfect that, but that's basically it. And then I'll just kind of tweak, add more where needed. The level of obsessed I'm feeling with this look is crazy. I don't feel like I've done something like this in a long time where it's just like splashes of color everywhere. I love the neon inner corner, and I just love that that like teal accent is just poking out everywhere. Finished up my wing. It ended up getting a little larger than I planned, but I honestly love it. I think it's perfect. I mean, as perfect as wings can go. They are sisters, not twins, my friend. And then I threw on the Whisper lashes from Bright Lashes, and then in my waterline, I went with the Zulu pencil from ColourPop because I wanted to play with that tealiness more. So for lips, like I said, for look number one, I have a Dede Signature lip kit to play with all of these looks. I got 3 kits, so I have 3 looks, so I'm gonna continue on. I thought dusk would be cute for this, just kind of a soft, lighter nude situation. I have a darker lip pencil light gloss combo for the third one that I think will suit it better, so I'm gonna go in with this one for this. So this is the dusk lip kit. Just gonna start as usual, lining, lightly filling in, all that jazz. That's a nice color, I like that. Yeah, I like this color, very just like simple, classic. That works really well. Now taking the dusk gloss, we'll see how that goes. Oh yeah, just perfect. Just a nice simple lip to really let the eyes stand out. Here's look number 2. I really just like the vibes for this one. I think the fun little bucket hat with the bright eyes, little wing, nudie lip. I just feel cool, like cool, colorful. I think this is so fun. I think it came out so neat. I love the neon-y green inner corner. And then it's just like so soft in the outer. It's just all so good, so playful, so fun. I loved creating this, but let's move on now to look number 3. Moving into look number 3, ignore my bangs. I kind of like curled them so they can set and then I'll fluff through them later. But I need them out of my way anyway. So just ignore like how silly, goofy they look. It is what it is. Details. This hat is from Witchwood Bags. I figured we'd go with the ghosty hat because we're playing with a ghosty palette. Went with ghosty earrings. These are from 5 Lemons, and this necklace is from Suki Blades. So let's get into look number 3 with the Ghostly Glam palette. My plan is heavy, dark, smoky blues, especially like in the very outer corner and this like lower area. And then I just want all the sparkle across the lids. That is my vibe today. I think it's gonna be cool. So let's give it a whirl. I'm gonna start by priming with my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip as usual. I'm just gonna smear this on and blend it out. I'm excited for this look. I'm excited for just some spooky vibes. I mean, it's just gonna be blues and sparkles, but it's a spooky themed palette. So now before I actually go in with shadow, I'm gonna start with a pencil to just start smoking things out a little bit. This is the pencil Time from Milk Makeup. Gonna run this all up in my waterline and a little bit on my skin in that lower lash line. The messier the better, honestly, because I want this to be just like a very dark, grungy look. So yeah, just like really smudging it down there. Beautiful, never looked better, honestly. I'm gonna take this dark blue. I think it says Wraith. It's hard to tell with the font, honestly, but I think it says Wraith, which would make sense with the theme. But I'm gonna use this L01 brush from Blend Bunny and Lynn's Makeup Looks. And I'm gonna run a little bit of this in that outer corner of my lid. And I'm gonna start really smoking out that liner that I just did. So putting some shadow kind of right on top of it and just start blending it on top of. I'm not really dragging it down just yet. I'll do that with my other shades and brushes in a moment, but just starting with this for now. Just kind of placing it, getting a very blue, smoky outer area. Again, I want a lot of the focus to be here. Like I'm bringing it all the way across, but as I blend, it's all gonna be focused here. So just kind of creating a little bit of a, like almost a straight line from my lashes with the blue going out. So next I wanna take a mixture of Apparition and Wraith and kind of bounce between them. I'm gonna use this brush from Sigma, the E42, and I'm literally just gonna like tap into both a couple times so it's kind of a middle color. And again, I'm mostly gonna focus on the bottom. So just kind of dragging it across for now, just to start blurring that line. I'll bring it into this a little bit just to, again, get it a little bit softer and blurred. Make another little mixture concoction. And I'm gonna really start swirling it down here. Get it a little bit more extreme and blend it out. I'm so excited for this. I plan on wearing like big lashes with this look too. It's gonna look so cool. And then I'm gonna take just Apparition on this Blend Bunny B5 brush. And honestly, kind of the same thing. Lots of focus in this outer lower lash line, just dragging this down even more. Again, I'll take a little bit on like that lid itself and a little on that lash line just to smoke out like that lid shade. But I want to keep that pretty tight. But again, lots of focus down here before I start going in with shimmer. I just love how hazy and blue that is. Taking a little bit of the matte white Ghoul, and I'm just kind of running that in like this front part of my crease just to keep it really bright and open. And just kind of blank before I start going in with all those shimmers. I like just like the contrast of that bright white. And really you could make this an all matte look. I would spend a little more time blending the white and the blue together probably, but I'm not going to right now because I'm about to put down a bunch of shimmer, so it's fine. So I'm gonna take my NYX Glitter Primer, and it's funny because right now it's so just like dark blue, smoky, grungy, but we are about to add so much ethereal shimmer. It's gonna really change the direction of this look, but I still love like all this just smoky blue that's gonna remain on the outer part. So I think I want a little bit of Ghost to start. It's kind of like a, I don't know, like a darker dingy silver. I want to place this right against that lash line, kind of flowing in line with the blues that I put down already. That is a pretty metallic. That is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And for the rest of my lid, I need glimmer. Like, look how pretty that is. Are you kidding me? Let's pack that on the rest of the lid. Ooh, that is gorgeous. That is such a pretty shimmer. Oh, I like that a lot. I'm really kind of pressing this like all over, like up toward my brows and everything. Like, what a magical, pretty shade. I love that. I feel like that flows in with that kind of silvery shimmer really well too. That's a really cool contrast. And then for the inner corner, I feel like this was like, I don't know, like it looks like I did a lot, but this was very simple to do. But I'm gonna take Phantom. That just seems like such a pretty inner corner shade. Let's see what she looks like. Ooh, that has a really nice glow to it too. Danny Phantom who, honestly. Ooh, this shade is so cute. This eye look is so cute. It's just like so ultra twinkly. See all those sparkles? I guess just for fun, let's pop the bright silver on the lower lash line too. I'm gonna use this Lethal 220 pencil brush actually. Tap some of that off because I have a lot of silver on that brush. I'm just gonna pop this in that front little pocket of the lower lash line. All right, threw my lashes on. These are the Blend Bunny and Lynn's Makeup Looks lashes. I just wanted big, bold lashes for this look. I thought it would be really cool with the heavy blue lower lash, and then all that sparkle. It's very fun. For lips, I have one final lip kit. This is the Espresso lip kit from Dede Signature. So it's like a darker pencil and then like a light sparkly gloss, and I thought it would be pretty with this look. Give it a whirl. Again, I'm just gonna line and lightly fill in. I really like this brown shade. That's really pretty. So I just kind of lined and then just like smudged it with my finger. And then the Espresso gloss is like a lighter, sparkly sort of one. Ooh, I like that. The shimmer is actually really subtle on that, but it's really pretty. I like that tone too. Ooh, this is a good kit. I like this dark with the light, and they blend together really nicely too. It's a good combo, and I really like it with this look too. Here's look number 3. I love how this turned out. I love that sparkle on the lid. It's all very just like cool toned and grungy, but also all the glitz and glimmer with the shimmer. I think this came out very nice. I love the giant lashes with the bold lip. It's just all working together so well. But yeah, those are all 3 of the looks. Let's zoom out and I'll give you my thoughts so far on these palettes. Thank you so much for watching. I had so much fun creating these looks. I would love to know which look is your favorite. I feel like I have to give it to look number 1. I just loved that look. I loved the contrast with the greens and the pop of orangey coraliness. It was all just really, really good. So I think that's my favorite look, but I've really enjoyed all 3 of these. As far as the palettes go, so the Ranger palette from Cosmetica, I love this. I just think she's so pretty. I think this is such a fun, funky color story. I feel like Cosmetica has done such a good job creating so many palettes at this point, but they all very much have their own distinct vibe. Like, this isn't the same thing as anything else that they've done before. It's very much its own thing, and I love that. I love the different shimmers. I love these tones. These like greeny, tealy shades specifically. They have my heart, but I really like the contrast with this warmth here at the bottom. It's so, so good. I love this brand. I love their formulas. I love their concepts and their designs. So amazing. The Drops of Fantasy from Cosmetica, this was pretty wonderful. Like, nothing is gonna beat the Fearless Holiday from them, I feel like. I just don't think they're ever gonna outdo themselves. I love that palette so much, but this is definitely a close second. This is my second favorite one they've ever done. I just feel like they put so much love and care into the design, the execution. I think these colors are so fun and so playful. It's so just vibrant and summery. I'm calling it now. This will be in my summer favorites in June, which I know it's not even close to summer yet, but I don't know. I start to always formulate a little bit ahead, like what vibe am I gonna want? And it already feels like summer in Florida, so that's probably why. But summer favorites is not coming anytime soon. That's literally not till the end of June, but I have a strong feeling she'll probably make her way in there. I love all these different playful tones. The shimmers are beautiful. I think this is gorgeous. Well done, Dede Signature. And the Ghostly Glam from Salem Cosmetics was really cute as well. I'm really happy with how this look that I'm currently wearing turned out. I will say the mattes do feel a bit drier, like to the touch, so I was a little worried about it. And I feel like they maybe might have taken me a little bit more time to blend, but overall it ended up turning out beautiful. I didn't really have trouble. I just had to give it a little bit more time. But this ended up working out beautifully. I really like these colors. I feel like if you're someone who loves like blues and smoky tones and pops of red and lots of glimmer, I feel like you'd really like this. Like, if you're someone who loves that grungy vibe with lots of sparkle, this would probably be for you. I think it's really, really pretty. I love the theming. The Ghostly Glam is super, super cute, and I think this is lovely. So yeah, those are the palettes. Those are my looks. I feel like this was all a very successful, fun time. I love these looks. I had a great time playing. It was just a super fun, just hangout, makeup, playtime. 3 very different palettes. Like, these palettes all had such different vibes, such different energies, but I think all of them played so well. It was such a treat. I love eyeshadow. I love creating looks. I love playing. I feel like I started out on this channel like just simply wanting to do tutorials and play with makeup, and I'm still doing that to this day. It's just my favorite thing, is just playing with eyeshadow and showing you what I cook up. But I would love to hear your thoughts. Do you plan on getting any of these? I would love to know. What are you thinking? Let me know what your favorite look is, your favorite palette, all that good stuff. If you made it to the end of this video, out of these 3 palettes, pick your favorite and leave emojis to represent that palette. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me over on Instagram on BATTYBEAN there as well. And also, if you want to, you can subscribe. I'm posting most days over here. And if you wanna, you can hop over to my second channel, linked in my description box if you want additional content. And also in my description box is a link to my channel memberships. There's a couple different tiers with a couple different perks, and I would love to have you. Thank you so much for watching. and I will catch you in the next one.